Hey guys, XJ9's here, and today's gonna be a video about the augmented runecrafting and thieving new skilling update coming up on Monday, I believe. When something comes out, I won't like make up another post about this because it's pretty much everything that's you know to expect out of the update. So up your game with 8 new perks for artisan and gathering. So not just thieving and runecrafting. This impacts fishing, mining, woodcutting, and even smithing. Disassemble your way to new offcut and manufactured components. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Manufacture 2 new scaling main hands, by the way, not offhands, for runecrafting and thieving with your invention skills. The fact that it's a main hand means that you can't use offhand, such as like offhand Excalibur with Wise, because a lot of people have that, or Drygor, or like the Catalyst Fragment from Sliska's endgame. That's just to keep in mind. Pop into the guild. So this update plugs directly into the Invention Guild. You have to discover 2 new components from the Invention Workbench. So go to the Invention Guild and you can discover them and get some a little bit experience, I guess, and discover the components. So off-cut components, they are from flat packs, hunter gear, and furs. These will be very easy. People won't really disassemble it from furs, I don't think, or even hunter gear at all, probably, because no one even does like hunter gear. Like maybe it's dinosaur armor, but even then, maybe the Kayat armor, but even then, like people are just gonna do flat packs the whole time. Like I have I have like 100,000, I think, from doing 200 mil construction. So yeah, this won't even be that hard. Plus, there's ancient invention components, ancient invention gizmos. So it's not like these will be hard to get anyway. So like, don't expect it to like go up a lot. Manufactured components are from disassembling wood and or boxes, runecrafting talismans and tiaras, necroplasm alongside primal crossbows, eternal shortbows, and iron to primal equipment from smithing. Interesting is that bronze equipment, but yeah, iron to primal from smithing, which is interesting. And only primal crossbows. Maybe in the future they'll change that to be like, the different tiers of bows or something. But yeah, talismans. That's nice talisman sync, I guess. Again, you won't need many of these, so I wouldn't really worry about it. So here's some new perks, and I kind of read this already, but I give like my 2 cents about it, right? Because in general, with skills such as like mining, you really only need furnace. Was it furnace 4? Is it furnace 4 or is furnace 5? But yeah, the highest tier of furnace, because hone doesn't really do anything for mining. It's just an extra ore. It doesn't give you experience, so it's kind of dog. So keep that in mind. Usually the best combo is hone 6 furnace. So yeah, uh, you might be able to replace them with like an offhand. I'm not sure if you will be able to. Uh, like, can you? I'm assuming you can only put it inside, like, so for instance, this is a mining and smithing. You'll only be able to put this in a hammer and pickaxe, right? I'm pretty sure. It'll probably be a tool gizmo. So, yeah, I just haven't, I mean, it really wasn't that hard, so. Sorry, I just can't really recall too well, but let's just talk about the perk. So, woodcutting and archaeology. So, this will work with the Madoc, and this will work with your, what do you call it? Your hatchet, right? But at the same time, like, I think could you have imp sold on your offhand? I don't think you could. Because you can't have imp sold like an Excalibur. It's a tool. So I don't think so. So gain 1 additional resource when a material cache is depleted or a tree is felled. Um, it only has 1 tier and it's from offcut components, guys. So it's from the flat packs. So archaeology, I'm not sure why people do material caches. I hear it's an Iron Man thing, but it's kind of dog, I think, in my opinion. And woodcutting, it's like you don't want the tree to fell because you want to AFK. So, and also, this is just a resource. It's not experience. So, in my opinion, this is kind of dog. This is like really bad, in my opinion. Careless mining and smithing. So, it'll work with pickaxe and it'll work with a hammer, an augmented hammer. While mining, increase your damage by 2% per rank, so up to 1 to 5 ranks, so 10% more damage, at the cost of reducing your stamina by 10% per rank. Uh, And then while smithing increases your base progress per strike by 10% per ring. Also, it's base progress, so that's just important because I believe was it the smithing cape? I think the smithing cape doubles your progress for if you cast superheat. So sorry, let me just finish this. At the cost of reducing your heat by additional 10% per ring, so you have less heat, so you can't AFK as much. But I'm just interested to see how this would interact with again a super the way it's called. It's the dungeon reward where it's like a auto heater. You put coal in it and it just refills your heat back up once it goes to 0. And you have a superheat form, so you're always on medium heat no matter what, which is really good. This might be very strong for active smithing while casting superheat. I will also say this is also extremely strong with stamina potions. Those white potions that the power burst of master stroke, because this is base. Increases your base progress, and that like 4 times the progress. So that's pretty insane, actually. This is for smithing. This is probably actually really insane. This is very insane if you're actively training smithing, and it also might still be insane even if you aren't actively training smithing. However, you will need to use quite a bit more coal to keep it up the heat. I will say, I do highly recommend just using the low levels superheater, because I think it's like 5 coal to reheat it to like medium heat, or 20 coal to reheat it to max heat, and that's really expensive. Like you'll run out of coal so fast. Um, so I actually think this is a very good smithing perk. I'm not sure what it would replace. I think it's like Tinker and something else. I don't really know if I can look right now, but it's probably competitive, because I think there was only really one good smithing perk, and the other one was like situational or like not really that good. But yeah, this is just really good. This is actually really good for smithing. So the experience rates are increased by quite a bit, actually. Base progress, 50% more base progress. I mean, again, so it won't add superheat, the perfect juju smithing potion, which is plus progress. I'm not sure what else increases progress. Not many things increase it. So, uh, not many things increase the progress. So this actually might increase experience by like literally like 20 or even up to 50% if you pay attention. I think so. Which, if it does, that's actually kind of busted, like bonkers, right? But smithing's pretty AFK anyway. But yeah, that's really good. So while mining increases your damage by 2% per ranking. Yeah, so reduce your stamina. Uh, stamina. So I wonder how that works at Sharon Stones, because Sharon Stones don't have a stamina bar. So it doesn't say anything about core rocks, because, for instance, the next perk, explosives, is while mining core rock. So this is very good for Sharon Stones and very good for LA Crowdlets, unless we're getting JetX and they're like, no, we're not doing that. But it doesn't say it won't work, and it doesn't say it has to be a core rock. So even if you were doing such like a stone such as like primal ore, or not primal ore, promethium ore, let's say, from Dungeoneering or Damonheim, I'm pretty sure with a perfect Juju potion and primal spirits, you won't run out of stamina. I might be wrong, but like I know at least with dark anima, you wouldn't run out of stamina by the time you got up ore. So yeah, again, I'm just curious how this will work. Maybe this will be like, again, you will definitely replace Hone, because Hone is really bad with mining. So you're using Furnace and Careless. So at minimum, that's what you should probably be using for more experience. So that's pretty nice. Explosive perk for mining. Only up to 1 perk. While mining core rock, so it has to be like not certain, so it has to be all the core ores, like all the way to like runing, like, and even like the dungeoneering ores. Your mining damage is increased by 20%, but rocket tunies will no longer spawn. So this is good for experience and gathering, and if you're like AFKing, which a lot of people do AFK, and I've seen quite a few people alt mining. So yeah, this is definitely going to be used as well. So you can't use it as a Stone. So if you're not doing Stone, this is probably definitely this is better than Careless. If you're AFKing, like again, I've been mining a while because I got to remote mining forever ago through Stones. But let's just say, uh, mining dungeoning ores was less experience than Stones. Well, this is going to increase the experience by 20%, not lower your stamina. So as long as you have your primal stone spirits, you'll always have 100% stamina. And yeah, that's just pretty good. Again, I'm curious on how this will shake up like the stone spirit prices, because you're heavily encouraged to use perfect mining juju potions along with what do you call it, stone spirits. So yeah, you can't use the stone spirits, and it just depends on experience rates. Because all I ever cared about was the experience rates, but this does give you experience and more resources, and it is double the effectiveness compared to Careless, which is interesting. So I'm assuming Careless is definitely for the other types of we call it rocks. You could use both, but Furnace is just such a good experience increase. How good is it? What's the chance of Furnace proccing? Like 20% chance? I think it's like 20% chance. Hmm. I think this is I think if you use Careless, it only might be like 10% less experience compared to Furnace. So that's actually kind of interesting that like you could use this if you want like more resources, I guess. It's overall pretty interesting, but yeah, I think really it's gonna be Furnace and then Careless if you're doing Stern Stones, Explosive if you're doing other stones that have stone spirits. Okay, let's continue. Oblivious, this is for thieving, so you would put this in your thieving main hand. When pickpocketing, avoid being stunned at the cost of 3 times damage. This perk is actually insane, and it also is a really welcome perk because it removes the need to have auras to enjoy the luxury of AFKing at places such as, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's those Carrot people near the. If you go to Alcrid, go north, that whole farm place with those knights of Equiz, I think they're called. I don't know what they're called. You pickpocket the knights, and you need to have literally a 7 or 10% or even 15% legendary aura to like 100% AFK it. But now you don't need it because you'll just take 3x damage. I guess you also don't need um the full pickpocket outfit. The pickpocket outfit isn't actually that good. Uh, the whole thieving outfit, like the shadow camouflage outfit, it actually is really not that good. I believe I made a guide about pickpocketing these guys, so you probably want to squeeze in any amount of health regen through like HP regen cape, and maybe even use a prayer. I'm not sure if Saren has a prayer that you can increase your HP. Um, hmm. Maybe you would just want to use the endless rage perk where you just get 100% adrenaline and like spend your adrenaline on HP, maybe with like rejuvenate or something. But Syntax Excalibur, but I don't know. I'm curious how this works, but regardless, like even if you're like 95% chance to pickpocket, I kind of doubt you'll die. And if you need a freaking bank, you can just bank for like 1 second and like enjoy an hour or two of AFK before needing to bank. So really, this perk is very welcome because the only thing you would do when I believe when you're saving is just a main hand laying and offhand laying. It does have to be the turn 95 version, just tier 85, and it just had wise. So now you have a wise offhand laying with a thieving main hand. This perk's just very good. This is a very good perk. This is probably one of the best things they've made because it gets rid of the need for auras, and auras won't feel like, oh my god, I need an aura so bad. Because I think auras are a huge problem in the game. So this is a very good perk. I like this perk a lot. You will still fail, so you will still suffer an experience loss. I'm also curious, like when you're pickpocketing and you get caught, is it the same delay where you go, will you still do this, or will you just keep pickpocketing, you'll just punch you and just, you'll, like, will cancel animations? That's what we need to know, but regardless, this will be less experience if you don't have, like, the legendary aura, and, like, 100% hit, chance to thief, but it will still be very AFK, which is a big thing, is quality of life, right? So wild runes with rune crafting, goes 1 to 5 levels, 1% chance per rank, so 5%. Let's just say 5% per rank. So it'd be 25% chance when crafting runes to channel the Oriania altar, providing a random assortment of elemental and catalytic runes in place of those you would have gained at the altar you're using. Does not work when crafting necrotic runes, so necromancy runes. XP gained in is what would have been expected on craft. Number of runes crafted will be the same too, but the distribution of runes will be random. This is quite an interesting perk because I'm not much of a rune crafter. I wonder if this will be good with the rune crafting main hand, or is it offhand? No, it's the rune crafting offhand. So you'll have a rune crafting offhand, and I don't think you can augment it though. But then you have a rune crafting main hand, in which you would put this perk on. Um. Oh, this is actually very good with the rune crafting offhand. 25%. So, like, let's say I have my rune crafting offhand, and it tells me to, oh, craft runes at the air altar. Okay, I go to the air altar, and I go craft runes. It's a 25% chance that it'll be random runes from the Orinia altar, and it'll have that high experience. So maybe I'll get some soul runes, maybe I get some blood runes, and it's just a nice little boost in experience and also types of runes you'll gain. Uh, I wonder if, do you go through the abyss with the offhand? Again, I'm not a rune crafter, guys. I've never really rune crafted, so I don't really know. But it's definitely very good with the rune crafting offhand, and if this isn't good enough to make the rune crafting offhand good, it's definitely part of the big, like, maybe like one more change they have been playing in store to make the rune crafting offhand good. So this is definitely another really good perk in my opinion. As in, it's good as a foundation to complement the rune crafting offhand we have, which is nice to see that not just like, okay, let's make a rune crafting offhand and then let's just leave it in the dust, you know. So, I maybe tell me what you think about this perk. Again, it is chance, so you know. Let's just say you get that perk where it's like 20x or 200x more experience for like the 50th run, but it's only a 25% chance. It's air altar. And it's only a 25% chance it will be good runes, like, or the random runes. So it's very gambly. Preservationist archaeology 1 to 5. 1% chance, so this is a 5% chance to gain restored artifacts instead of damaged artifacts on excavation completion per rank. Um, Archaeology, you would really only use honed, which is like pretty much mandatory, and then I guess imsold if you care about porns, and I'm not sure if anyone actually uses. Is there any other perk like? I don't think so. Some people use furnace, which was good for experience before, but I think people doing tetra compasses. This is definitely pretty good because again, you do get a lot of experience from restoring artifacts. I think this is for people doing Tetris compasses, so they'll have honed along with uh, preservationist, and maybe they'll combo it with getting more artifacts to save one artifact 70% of the time an hour, right? Wow. I mean, that's kind of like whatever. Honestly, it's okay. It's not like game changing, but yeah, like I do archaeology daily just to do my keys, and it takes like what 1 minute. Would I use this? I don't know. I don't think I would bother. You do get free components though when you're doing it, but like it kind of barely matters as though. So I probably won't bother with that. I think this is kind of low because I feel like you're already giving such a big. You're already investing time mining the stuff you're like excavating yourself. That if you're, like it should probably be like 2% per rank at least. Like this just seems a little bit mediocre in my opinion because you're just giving up the experience. I know that not everyone cares about experience, but it's very important early on. And it's just such a low chance. I mean, maybe it's just supposed to be a bonus, but I don't know. It just seems like a low chance. And I think they're just being cautious with that one. Maybe they'll buff it later because the whole archaeology economy is meant to have an overflow of artifacts compared to resources. So that's probably why they're just siding with the caution. So that's okay. Hey, it's really not that good, guys. Hasty archaeology perk, 1 to 5 levels. During excavation, gives a 1% chance per rank, so 5% chance per rank. So it can be. Wait, am I stupid? Oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I'm stupid a little bit. So 1% chance per rank with the wild runes. Sorry. Sorry. I was reading this wrong. So 1% chance per rank. So it's only 5% chance. It's not even 25% chance. That's so bad. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm just like. I mean, wasn't it, is the Oriana altar even good experience? I don't know. Maybe, but it's only a 5% chance. I was thinking it's like 5% chance per ring. Oh my god, that's so bad. So sorry, yeah, this was only 5% chance. So Wild Runes 5 is only 5%. That's really, I don't know about that one. I don't even like dog shit. That's the thing I don't like. I don't like it when they have these chance things. It's so low. Like, why not? Like, as this is my brain. Like with skillers, I'm like, why don't we let them have fun? Why wouldn't you not want them to do skills? Like 25% chance per rank. That's okay. That's just weird, Like I just don't get it. Why they don't make good things? Like they make borderline. Like we have 1 million DPM with PVM, but God forbid someone's skills, And I just don't. Okay, sorry, I'm going a little bit of a rant, but like I don't know why it's so low. This is probably actually dog water. It probably does need support after that. So sorry. During excavation gives a 5% chance uh to gain triple excavation progress at the cost of not receiving a material. This is similar to the perk where you don't get any materials, but your progress is sped up by like 20% or double. So maybe you just combo. If you really just want pieces, I guess you would just use hasty. So you would use like, honed gives you components, right? So maybe you would do preservationist and hasty if you really only care about getting the artifact and not any of the materials. Yeah, probably. So, but not receiving materials just really sucks. So I don't know. I mean, it's okay. How come skillers have that? Like all of these perks are beneficial with no negative perks involved. No negative perks. What do you mean no negative perks involved? How is that not negative? How is at the cost of not receiving material? How is that not negative? Like, do they even know what they're talking about, or am I being toxic? I don't know. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for skillers, guys, because like everything, like this is the only thing that's good. It's like 3x damage is like who cares? It's like wow, I'll take a 100, guys. Ooh, that's really bad. Every like minute. This one's pretty good. Like I just don't understand why with PVM there's like no downside. It's like biting 4, 8% crit chance. There's no like you have 8% crit chance, but you deal less damn base damage, or like you like don't deal as much crit damage, but you have the more crits, or I don't know, impatient, you gain more adrenaline, but your basics deal 1% less damage per rank. Like, why does PVM have no downsides? Like, the only like, even Equilibrium, which was used in everything, it wasn't really a downside because it was a gain. Now we just have Erupted, which is just gain damage. Like, so sorry, I don't care if I'm going to rant. So we have Precise 6, gain 7.5% more damage. And then we have Eruptive, gain 1% more damage. Aftershock, deal damage after dealing damage. And then that's really it. And then Grave Ricochet, which is with range, is not a downside at all. It's just you hit everything at once on a target with Grave Ricochet. So like all 7 hits or whatever. There's no downside. It's not like, oh, it's a lower damage, or like it's not as that many stacks of. There's no downside to that. Then you have perks. It's just devoted chance to dullify all damage to 1 for like pretty much 2 hits with no downside. Then it's mobile is the only downside is not getting adrenaline, but that's not even a downside anymore because of the global cooldown change. So mobile has no downside. Biting affords 8% crit chance, no downside. Impatience is gain adrenaline with no downside, no less damage. And then we have what else? I can't remember. Oh, then we have crackling, deal damage after X seconds with no downside. The only real downside is if it's you don't want to deal damage to a specific instance, but it's like not a non-issue 99% of the time. And then you have relentless, which is save adrenaline on an ult or threshold with no downside. So I just don't understand why PVMing has so like no downsides. Like that's again, guys. With my previous video, it's like we wanted to reduce the amount of gold entering the game, which long term you'll be making the same money. Party hats will be more affordable and stuff like overall, and like not look like an insane goal, and the economy will overall be healthier. But like PVMers just want everything. They want no downsides. They want the same income. They want the same drops. They want better drop rates. It's like, meanwhile, look at skillers. Like, you don't have this. Oh, wow, 5% chance, guys. Like, ooh. I'm sorry, I didn't finish because I mean, I'm just me, guys. Okay, and like, I you call me toxic, but like, I actually care about skilling in this game. I actually care about PVMing in this game, and no one talks about how PVMing there's no decision making. There's literally, and that's why I kind of laugh when people say PVMing is so high skill. Like, it really isn't. Without exploits, the game is extremely easy. Even with exploits, the game is easier. But it's like, do you want to bother learning exploits like with stalling with smoke cloud and then releasing 2 abilities in the same game tick, right? Or actually 3 because it includes smoke cloud as well. There's 2 abilities and a smoke cloud for free. It's like we're really gonna call that high skill gap and not like an exploit and like not intended. And that's why I don't know. It's kind of crazy. RuneScape, you could be such a great game, but you're just it's just sad. Okay, sorry guys. So let's go back on topic, guys. Woodcutting, mining, and fishing offcut 1 to 5. 0.5% chance per rank. So 2.5% per 2.5. Sorry. Oh my god, guys, I can't talk. I'm so sorry. 2.5% chance per rank to gain a random skill specific buff on gather. So these buffs last 60 seconds. Buffs are so if you're woodcutting, uh, I'm assuming it's yeah, buff on gather. So it's also only to yourself. So when you're woodcutting, let's just say I'm woodcutting a new I don't know what call it, eternal magic trees. I'll get increased cut rate, XP boost, additional log banking, and success rate, which is pretty good. Uh, every 40 logs it would take to proc this. I'm not sure how many logs you cut an hour. You cut quite a bit an hour. I'm not sure how many you cut, but this is definitely a very good perk. Overgrown idols buffs is very strong. I actually suggested before that they make overgrown idols better. Would just give you all the buffs. Give you all the buffs when you complete it. I think people just said I'm stupid, and I think Jokes probably saw that when I said that, and they're like, you know what? Yeah, we should give all the overgrown idol buffs, in a perk. So I guess they did that, but I kind of would like the idea of doing overgrown idols in between runs just for maximum, active gameplay. Because I don't like that RuneScape's like a second screen game instead of like a main screen game. If I made a game, I would want you to have it on your main monitor. I would want you to stream it. I would want you to play it and have fun. I don't want you to just idle on it. Like RuneScape's literally just an idle game. So with woodcutting, it's Hone 6 and Furnace. Um, Well, you definitely want to pair this with Honed because that increases the chance of this procking. You would have to give up Furnace, and that kind of sucks. This only becomes really good if you can ever augment like the offhands, and this way you could have like uh 3 perks at once, which would be pretty nuts, but you can't. So I guess if you care about getting a lot of logs, I don't know. It depends. Maybe this would be. I wonder how this would compare to Furnace. It might be very close to experience rates compared to Furnace, because this will increase your. It gives you. I'm curious to how this will be with woodcutting. That'd be a good video, guys. Whoever wants to make that video of woodcutting internal magic trees best in slot with Hone 6 Furnace versus Hone 6 Naturalist 5. Fishing, deep sea fishing buffs. 10% bonus catch rate, 10% chance to gain extra catch, 5% XP boost. One thing I'm confused about is why did they list the rates here instead of just say, like they said bonus catch rate, like 10% bonus catch rate. Why not just say 10% increased cut rate? Like why didn't they say the percentage increase on the woodcutting section? I'm pretty sure you can actually Google the amount that it actually gives. I think that's just inconsistency there. Fishing again, bonus catch rate. How would this be with fishing? It's probably really good for Ironman for sure. I mean, if you just want to make money, because like I'm 200 mil, so I don't use furnace, so I would probably use this for mining, fishing, and wood cutting, because they haven't done 110 fishing yet. So I would use Hone 6 and then Naturalist 5, and I would occasionally get my 10% chance to gain an extra catch and 10% bonus catch rate. And mining geode enhancer. Wait, what? Is it really 2.5% chance per rank to gain a random skill specific buff on gather? Wow, so you don't even get all the buffs at once? It's just one of them? And with mining, it's mining geode enhancer. I don't know what the heck that is. Mining critical chance enhancer. Star sprite buff, 20% chance. Wow, you don't even get them all. Why not just make it all of them? Like, guys, am I just a different brain? I'm just a different breed. I'm like the guy. Like, I get told I don't want people to have fun. Meanwhile, with me, I literally thought this was a 25% chance. What doesn't that sound cool? I go to the air altar 4 times. One time out of 4 times, 25% of the time, I get Oriana altar buff. Wow, that's cool. But instead we say no. And then with this, gain a random skill specific buff on gather. But then it say these buffs last 60 seconds. And then oh my, if you only get one, that's so mediocre. Like, I don't know where's the WoW and skilling. Wouldn't that be cool? It's already such a low chance. I don't know. I'm anti-fun police. I'm literally the guy saying, hey, yep, 5% chance you'll get all the buffs at once when you're woodcutting. Wow, that sounds cool. Wow, that's really refreshing. Um, So, additionally, the polishing and cheapskate perks will include Runecrafting, offering a chance when binding a rune to upgrade or downgrade it to the next tier of rune. So if you're doing bloods, you can craft into souls. And same with the necrotic rune, which is interesting. So if you're doing like the highest experience miasma, this does say you want flesh runes. You can actually use the cheapskate perk and get flesh runes while doing miasma, which is pretty interesting. Also, with doing spirit runes, you can do spirit runes and then upgrade a bone. That's a really good change. This is a very good change for Runecrafting. I'm not sure about the raids, but at least it's something, I guess. Um, I don't know, kind of crazy, guys. 2 more skills get to join the fray with new skilling Mainhand for both rune. Why are they mentioning it again? Didn't they just mention it already? I mean, yeah, that was a summary. Yeah. So here's the new things. So we have a binding rod, and it doesn't do anything. It's just to put a perk in it for rune crafting. It's literally just a stick, guys. Like, just look at it. It's literally just a stick. Wow. Then we have a crystal binding rod, and I kind of like the depict picture here because it acts like it looks like it's particle, but it's literally just a stick, guys. What's the lore here? So 5% additional rune, 5% additional runes when rune crafting. So that's pretty good too. I guess that's okay. Then thieving pickpocketing bag. It doesn't do anything until you get mushroomy pickpocketing bag, which I'm curious on how you make it. Probably with more mire fungus or like ferocious flakes. 5% chance to increase auto pickpocketing speed by 0.6 seconds. So yeah, using the Equus Knights. Um, that's pretty good. That means that's pretty good. This will increase experience rate by a little bit. So I guess that's really it. But yeah, overall, I just feel like some of these skills, again, like some of them either have downside, like this is fine in my opinion. Like this stuff is fine because the upside is so strong that it needs a downside. But like these other things are like so niche. Like why do they even have a downside? Or like why is it only one buff? I don't know. But I guess that's really it, guys. Yeah, bye.